What is up, rockers? Welcome to Rise of Kingdoms. I'm Shinchi42, and today we are going to talk about Takeda Shingen. He is going to be the Swarm King, and we are going to explain why he is the Swarm King in Rise of Kingdoms. Let's go ahead and talk about his first skill here. Fierce as the Fire. Takeda Shingen debuffs an enemy single target for 4 seconds. Okay? Each time this target receives a normal attack, there is also a 50% chance to receive an extra 50% normal attack damage. This effect can only trigger once every 2 seconds. Now, let's explain this in a simple way. The debuff will last for 4 seconds, which means the extra damage effect can be triggered 2 times at most. Once during the first 2 seconds, and then during the last 2 seconds. Hopefully that thing clears it out with that statement. Now, there's also one thing that we need to talk about. Why am I saying that Takeda Shingen is going to be the Swarm King? Reason why, if you read this, each time this target receives a normal attack. So, when Takeda Shingen is attacking somebody, once other players attack that commander, the enemy, they are going to provide chances once this Fierce as Fire is activated. Once the opponent have the debuff for 4 seconds, anybody that's attacking that commander will have a 50% chance to inflict 50% additional damage to that opponent. But like I said, this effect can only trigger once every 2 seconds. So in that 4 seconds that debuff's happening, there is going to be 4 turns. So 1, 2 turns, and then 1 and 2. So in that 1 and 2 turns, the first 2 turns of the 4 seconds, he will have 50% chance to inflict. So if the first turn did not inflict, it did not hit extra damage, then it will be happening on the second turn. And if that didn't happen, then you have a next chance on the third turn. So once every 2 seconds only. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. I know it can be confusing. I know I was confused, but I think we had it down now. All right, let me explain this again. It's going to happen in the first 2 seconds. So you have 50% chance happening on one turn and a 50% chance of having on the second turn. All right. And once that happens, you have another chance in the third turn. But you can't have both one turn and then... So basically what's going to happen is that if you triggered it on the first turn, it's not going to get triggered on the second turn. But you can trigger it on the second turn, and then on the third turn, you have another chance. But you can't trigger it on third turn and trigger it on fourth turn. You can only trigger it once every 2 seconds. Swift as the wind, second skill here. Increase cavalry units attack by 10% and grants normal attack 10% chance to increase marching speed by 30%. Okay, so the maximum of this would be cavalry attack bonus to 40%, marching speed up to 30%. This is pretty straightforward. We don't really need to get into this. If you guys don't understand it, comment below and we'll answer it. Now, before we move into the next skill, if you guys like commander contents like this where we break down the skills, I would like to ask for you to hit that thumbs up button if you are enjoying these type of contents. If you like contents that are being explained to you, hit that thumbs up so we know that we are going to be creating more of these contents in the future, because I need to know what you guys like. Now, if you guys don't like it, let me know also in the comment section below. And if it's still confusing, comment below because we'll try to address that. You can contact me also on my Discord channel if you have any more further questions, okay? So hit that thumbs up. I truly appreciate it whenever you guys do that. Now, gentle as the forest. This is the third skill, passive skill. For 4 seconds after using the Fierce as the Fire, so for 4 seconds after you are using that active skill, it will heal a portion of the slightly wounded units, healing factor of 100 up to 250 in every second. So 4 seconds, you'll have every second. So it's going to be healing, right? Heals a portion of slightly wounded every second. So how is that going to work out, right? Every turn it's going to start healing with that healing factor. So the maximum of that is 250. That's pretty great. When the army led by this commander contains only cavalry units, it will also increase the defense by 20% at the level 1, but at the max level, it's going to be 40%. That's a lot of cavalry defense. Now, here's what I think was great with Takeda Shingen. You can definitely pair him with Genghis Khan if you are looking in the legendary commander. Pairing with Genghis Khan will allow you to cast that Fierce as the Fire more often. And once you cast that, you're debuffing the enemy first, which is amazing. And then you're making that enemy weak as well because you're enabling extra damage to be received by that enemy, right? And if everyone's swarming it, let's say you are targeting a YSG. Oh my god, I don't want to say this, but that's going to be the reality. Everyone loves to target YSG. If Takeda Shingen sees YSG and everyone targeting YSG, that is going down quick. Oh my god, I don't even want to see Takeda Shingen in the battlefield. I feel like I'm gonna be... Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna move on from this conversation. But it's amazing, right? I like Takeda Shingen. I think he is a very unique commander. He is quite tough and strong and also able to make other opponent weak. Now, immovable as the mountain. Skills damage against this troop led by Takeda Shingen is going to be reduced up to 5%. So, if you are going against nukers, Takeda Shingen can definitely tank it. Now, this is great with, like I said, Genghis Khan in the Legendary Commander because Genghis Khan is not tough. He is not buffed enough to where he can tank. But pairing with Takeda Shingen allows him to be a tank in the battlefield, where he can also exert more damage as well. Now, when taking damage, there is a 10% chance to reduce the normal attack damage taken, right? This is going to be taken, received, and counterattack damage taken for 3 seconds. So, he is a tanky commander. He is going to make the primary leader or the primary commander that you send on the battlefield be very tanky. If you use Genghis Khan, I think it would work very well. Now, you're probably saying, Shin, you're giving us, a bunch of legendary commander. I don't have legendary commander. Who can I use? Perfect question. Okay, everybody will have epic commanders easily accessible. Now, a lot of you love Pelagius. I would say this is the perfect pair for Pelagius. The perfect pair. Pelagius has a rage regen, and he is a very good commander too. He's got healing as well. So if you think about this, you're going to pair Pelagius with Takeda Shingen. Oh my goodness, that is going to be a deadly combination with an epic commander. Rage Restore, you're going to be able to cast that first skill. Oh my god. And then look at this, direct damage factor, additional damage factor. Wow. And you're going to make Pelagius tanky as well. And then, like I said, there's going to be heal. Look at this healing factor, 450. I think, and then defense for Cavs is going to increase as well. I think Pelagius just hit his best partner in the legendary commander, which is Takeda Shingen. Now, Koshuryu Gungaku. Hopefully I did say it right. I pronounced it to the best that I can, as Japanese as I can. Hi, arigatou gozaimasu. So, deal an extra 30% normal attack damage to the enemies who have been debuffed by Fierce as the Fire. Remember, the more you cast as Fierce as the Fire, the better it is for Takeda Shingen. So what's great with this is that this skill, there's a lot of other skills that are relying on this first skill. This is very unique. So casting this skill a lot is very important. Look at this, for 4 seconds, you are debuffing the enemy, and then for that 4 seconds, they're also going to get extra 30% attack damage, right? And then there's also a chance to trigger enemy additional normal damage taken. Wow. Whoever Takeda Shingen is aiming on is going to be like a paper. They're just going to dissipate and disappear right away in the map. You won't even notice them. It's like a magic trick. It's a Japanese magic trick. That is pretty crazy. Now, I said the best pair, to be honest, is Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan has... Where is Mr. Khan? Genghis Khan here has a low rage requirement. And then he also has a chance to restore rage. That is freaking crazy. I would say Cao Cao would be obsolete by then when he comes out. Cao Cao would probably not the best pair anymore for Genghis Khan. And just Takeda is going to be a legit really good. Now, if we're going to talk about Attila, we'll do this on the next video. So make sure you are subscribed and you have your notification turned on, and make sure it's on all if you want to get notification from me. Now, we're going to talk about Attila next video. So Takeda Shingen, my assessment, I would say thumbs up. Very good, right? The only thing that I would say for Takeda Shingen is that I would only invest for Takeda as a secondary commander. If you already have Khan, Pelagius, I would just run him as a secondary. Now, if you're really looking into that mobility tree, perhaps if you're a new player and you don't want to invest on Cao Cao, you can invest on Takeda Shingen as a mobility commander. It really depends on your playing style. Cao Cao is great as well because having that peacekeeper. So it's still probably good to have Cao Cao, to have a peacekeeper commander, just so you can have more versatility in your arsenal. So like I said, my final say, Takeda Shingen, really great to invest on. I would say invest on him whenever he comes out. I would say secondary commander, pair it with Genghis Khan, and the Pelagius is a good pair as well. Now you're probably wondering, where will Takeda Shingen be released? There are multiple factors. Mightiest Governor, Wheel of Fortune, maybe the Tavern if we're being hopeful. Maybe the Taverns, I'm not so sure yet. They can update that anytime they want and release it on the Tavern, and you can get it via Golden Keys. So those are the ways that you can probably get Takeda Shingen. Maybe a KVK commander, who knows? Just to let you know, this was a spontaneous release. This wasn't planned. They wanted to, whenever Lilith games release, they typically release with a hype. They would announce it on Discord with the previous commanders, right? Edward and Tomiris, they were hyped up. They were released in the Discord, announcement on Facebook, but Takeda Shingen and Attila's was not. So there's that. So I want to add one more thing. I said Genghis Khan is a great pair. I want you to look into Minamoto no Yoshitsune right now. Minamoto is also going to be a perfect pair for Takeda. Take a look into this. Normal attacks have 10% chance to increase damage taken by the target by 30% for the next 3 seconds. Effect can only be triggered once every 5 seconds. So what this means, right, with the Minamoto, every 5 seconds. So similar to Takeda, right? In that 5 seconds, you only have one chance to trigger it. If it doesn't trigger in the first 4, maybe you have a chance on the 5th turn. If it triggered on the 3rd turn, you can't trigger it. If it triggered on the 1st turn, you can't trigger it anymore. Okay? So similar to Takeda. This will last for 3 seconds. So it's a great way to use Minamoto and Takeda if you want to hone in on one commander. So majority of the pay to wins probably have Minamoto by now and maxed out. So you can actually have that combination. If you don't have Genghis Khan, this is probably the next best combo with the legendary. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this content. Hopefully it was helpful. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed this content. If you like more content like this, let me know in the comment section below and hit that thumbs up. And I will see you again, rockers. Arigatou gozaimasu.